Hello, Dane. My wife, Jen, and I, we've been married 5 years at this point, were reflecting on our fears, our failures, our shortcomings, the sense that we can't really make it. These are kind of individual feelings, some as a couple, but to really go for our dreams, that we're going to fail, this isn't going to work out, it's hopeless, it's pointless. So these are some of the feelings. And on a number of areas, these feelings are reflected in external events. Failure to do this, losing this money, not following through and making this a reality. So there's lots of different reflections of those feelings, those thoughts. Let's say 50%. At the same time, there's all kinds of successes, right? Over the course of my marriage, I've brought my average savings from $30,000 to $300,000. That's a 10 times improvement. I've dramatically improved my well-being by buying my wife a dog and then spending a lot of time with the dog. I've stopped smoking cigars. I've improved my sleep routine. I've achieved a good 1,000 goals over the period of marriage. My wife has matured, learned lots of skills. We have more of a equal relationship than we've ever had before. I've developed this film studio and done a variety of creative projects. And so I think what's true in my experience is that 50% of my life has been, is, and is likely to be inadequate, fear-based, frustrating, terrifying, stillborn. So many of my dreams, I get up to a certain point, I don't want to engage as fully as I would need to engage with the world in order to make those a reality, and so I sabotage or don't do the last bit, right? So that's a pattern that's gone on for some time. But I think that there's a strong theme of winning while losing, right? That while losing, $300,000 last year in a variety of poor and poor choices and anxiety about having so much money, right? So, but I've still got half of it left, right? And so, and learning about investing and investing psychology in the process. In other words, winning while losing. And so, I've never succeeded at having the ideal relationship, but I've grown and learned more about myself and about relating in every failed relationship. In other words, winning while losing, winning while succeeding while failing. So I think that's a good general perspective, because while I continue to kind of frantically rant about every little thing that goes wrong and all of the many things that go wrong. The overall trend is generally quite positive. And if I step back a moment and look at the beginning of time, all of the failed planets, all of the planets that don't have life forms, all of the many species that have become extinct on this planet, all of the polluted water, all of the, the this, the that, right? For 10, 20, 30 billion years, depending on who you ask, the world, reality, life has been getting bigger, meaning the universe started this big and it's pretty big. The universe has gotten steadily bigger. Time has expanded, right? In the first moment of time, there was nothing, and then there was a moment of time. And now there are trillions upon trillions upon trillions of moments of time. Time has gotten bigger. Space has gotten bigger. Reality has become more complex, more intricate, right? Different possibilities interacting in different ways, creating synergies and possibilities. And it is tragic that this species died out. It's tragic that this tribe is extinct, that its language is dead. 95% of all the languages that have ever been on this planet alone are extinct. And more are dying every year. And yet, right? So surrounded by a cacophony of failure, and yet, every moment of life's existence, life has been getting longer, getting bigger, more complex, and with that, the possibility field in all directions has been expanding. Life has been learning. In other words, life is a process, an algorithm, a protocol of succeeding beyond imagination while failing all the time. And I think that's okay. That is what is. And so I think that as long as I continue to succeed while I'm failing, that's a good, that's a life well lived.